Hello everybody, this is Mojo from mojocaster.com, and this week instead of writing my column on the site, I decided to make a video for it instead, and I figured it would be more fun. As you may have noticed in the past, there is a current theme on all my websites as far as guitar websites are concerned, which is that I like to try and keep things as fun as they possibly can. I'm not always interested in doing a note-for-note rendition of what an original song is or sounds like, as much as I'm trying to simplify it and making sure that, lo and behold, it works close enough that you get a feel for that song and you can pick it up in a pretty short time. Another way that I like to have fun is I basically don't like to practice. I don't do scales, I don't do any of that stuff, and I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, as much as I just don't get any joy out of that, and if there's no joy in my heart, then why pick up the guitar? So be that as it may, I still need to practice in one way or another, and one of the ways that I've found lately is to use a looper. In this case, I'm using a, it's right there on the floor, using a DigiTech JamMan. I've used it for a couple of videos already, and I find it to be quite fun. So what I'm going to do in this particular edition of our column is I'm going to record a very simple chord track, and then we'll see what we can do with it in terms of practice to, try and keep things fun. So here we go. Alright, so now I recorded it and we can start playing it back. Hey, maybe I should just quit while I'm ahead. So the idea here, let me stop this thing. The idea here is that you can pretty much do whatever you want over it. You can either use that as a chord progression marker type of thing, so you can play the chords over it and get used to the way the song goes, or you can solo over it. So when you solo over it, you can either do it for different reasons. You can either do it trying to find what your personal solo would be given that particular chord progression, or you can do it in, quote-unquote, in the style of the original author of the song. In this case, this is a Mark Knopfler tune called Your Own Sweet Way. So you can try and duplicate either the actual solo that Mark laid down, or you can do it in terms of, as I said, in the style of, looking for little stylistic cues that Knopfler uses. So let's look at that, for example. So I don't know if you heard that little thing that Knopfler likes to do. When he plays, he does a lot of these little things here. He likes to kind of like drag the finger or the nail over and get that little percussive sound going. So you can, that's one way to look at it. Another way to look at this is to something I actually recommend if you're learning a new song. Go ahead and lay down a track with the chords, and then if you're wondering in terms of the strumming, I recommend that you learn the actual melody of the song on the guitar, and that kind of helps you figure out where the high and low points are and what the feel for the overall thing is. So you can also use this for this. Note that I'm not playing anything around it, just what Mark Knopfler plays or sings. That would be the fill. give yourself some parameters. You can, for example, say, I'm going to have this track going and I'm not going to play anything that doesn't fall between the 3rd fret and the 7th fret. So everything you play has to be contained in that box. Another thing you can do is, again, use this backing track and work on a specific technical thing with which you're having, difficulties. For me, it's that reverse bend, as it were, where you bend the string before you actually play, then hit it and release back to normal tone. Now the question obviously is, how do you know that you're at the right tone before you actually hit the string? That's something I suppose you get used to. I'm still working on that in grabbing the right pitch. But that's something you can use, that specific little technical point you're working on. It would be so boring doing this all day. I mean, how many times can you do that in a row and not shoot yourself, basically? And dare I say, the purpose of playing the guitar is not to put yourself in a situation where you actually want to kill yourself. So anyhow, that's just another little trick that, if you work on that particular technical point, but with a backing track, it's a lot more fun than if you do it, just dry like this. So in other words, get yourself a looper, start playing. The sky's the limit. It's whatever you want to do, however much fun you want to get, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I trust you get the idea. I hope this was helpful to you, and can't wait to write another column. Thanks for watching.